Have you ever looked at someone and wondered, why do some people completely transform their lives, while others stay stuck for years? Maybe you've seen someone lose weight, build confidence, quit bad habits, start a business, or rebuild their entire identity. And then there are people who desperately want change. They read books, watch motivational videos, promise themselves, tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow comes, and nothing changes. Why? Is it discipline, intelligence, luck? Or is something much deeper happening inside the human mind? Because psychology shows us something uncomfortable. People rarely change because they want to. People change because their mind finally allows them to. And once you understand why, you'll never look at human behavior the same way again. 1. Your brain hates change. The first reason people struggle to change is surprisingly simple. Your brain is designed to keep you alive, not happy, not successful, not fulfilled, alive. And from your brain's perspective, familiar equals safe, even if familiar is painful. Think about it. People stay in toxic relationships, stay in jobs they hate, keep habits that destroy their confidence, because uncertainty feels scarier than discomfort. Psychologists call this status quo bias. Your brain would rather repeat known pain than risk unknown outcomes, which means when you try changing your life, your mind often treats change like danger. That's why motivation disappears. That's why habits return. That's why people quit. Not because they're weak, because their brain is protecting familiarity. 2. Identity controls behavior. Here's something most people never realize. Behavior follows identity. If someone secretly believes, "Oh, I'm lazy, I always fail, I'm not disciplined," their actions start matching that story. Imagine telling yourself for years, "I'm bad with money," then trying to become financially responsible. Your brain experiences conflict because humans naturally protect identity, even false identities. This is why some people change dramatically. They stop asking, "How do I change my actions?" and start asking, "Who am I becoming?" Because lasting transformation happens when identity changes first, not behavior. Quick question. What's one label you've repeated about yourself for years? Think about it, because that label might be controlling more of your life than you realize. 3. Pain creates change faster than inspiration. Here's a harsh truth. Most people don't change when they should. They change when they have to. Why? Because pain is one of the strongest psychological forces. A breakup, a health scare, or failure, losing money, hitting rock bottom. Suddenly, change becomes urgent. Humans are wired to avoid pain more strongly than pursuing pleasure. That means the pain of staying the same often needs to become bigger than the pain of changing. That's why comfort zones become traps. Nothing feels bad enough to force action, so years pass and life stays the same. 4. Environment quietly controls you. People love believing they're fully in control. Psychology says otherwise. Your environment shapes behavior constantly. Your friends, your room, your social media, your routines, your daily surroundings. Imagine trying to eat healthy while surrounded by junk food, trying to focus while notifications never stop, trying to become ambitious while everyone around you discourages growth. Willpower matters, but environment often matters more because humans adapt to surroundings. This is why some people suddenly improve after changing cities, changing friend groups, changing routines. Sometimes people don't need more motivation. They need different environments. 5. Fear of losing identity stops growth. There's another hidden reason people resist change, and it's deeper than laziness, deeper than motivation. Sometimes changing yourself feels like losing yourself. Think about this. If someone has always been the funny one, the shy one, the people pleaser, the quiet person, the person who always sacrifices, These labels slowly become identities, and identities become comfort zones, even painful ones, because once your mind gets attached to a role, leaving that role creates uncertainty. Who are you if you stop being the person everyone expects? Who are you if you finally speak up? Set boundaries. Become confident. Humans naturally crave consistency, even when consistency creates suffering. Psychologists call this identity protection. Your brain wants your actions to match the story you've repeated for years. That creates internal resistance. Part of you wants growth, but another part wants safety, and safety usually chooses familiarity. This is why millions stay stuck. Not because they don't want change, but because change threatens the version of themselves they've known for too long. Sometimes growth isn't learning someone new. Sometimes growth is letting go of someone old. 6. Why some people actually change. So why do some people actually change? Why do some people completely transform their lives, while others stay trapped in the same cycles for years? Usually because they approach change differently. First, they change identity. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to work out," they say, "I'm becoming someone who takes care of their body," because identity creates consistency. Second, they build systems. Successful people don't rely only on motivation. Motivation disappears. Systems stay, small routines, simple habits, daily repetition. That's what creates lasting change. Third, they change environments, because environment quietly shapes behavior. If your surroundings constantly pull you backward, growth becomes harder than it needs to be. And maybe most importantly, they accept discomfort. People who transform stop treating discomfort like danger. They understand something powerful. Feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean you're failing. It usually means you're growing. And here's the biggest difference. They stop waiting to feel ready, because readiness is often an illusion. Confidence rarely comes before action. It usually comes after. People who change understand this truth. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Small actions repeated daily create small wins. Small wins create belief. Belief creates identity, and identity creates completely different lives. Because transformation rarely happens in one big moment. It happens quietly, one repeated choice at a time. So if you've been trying to change and struggling, maybe the problem isn't that you're incapable. Maybe you've been fighting psychology. Without understanding psychology, real change is uncomfortable, slow, messy, sometimes invisible. But every habit, every choice, every repeated action is teaching your brain who you are. And eventually, your mind believes what you repeatedly show it. So here's the question. What version of yourself are you training your brain to become? Because years from now, your future may depend on how you answer that today. If this video made you think differently, like this video, subscribe, and comment below. What's one thing you've been trying to change about yourself? Because sometimes change starts the moment you become aware of what's been holding you back.